Are you fucking ready?
I'm fucking ready.
You're fucking ready?
Let's do it.
You're fucking ready. Ladies and gentlemen,
I'm ready.
ladies and gentlemen, this is the beginning of the fucking best shit you'll ever watch in your entire life. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Global Wrestling Center, located in Tokyo, Japan. It is the center where any wrestling event can be held by any wrestling company in the world. And tomorrow, or maybe today, depending on when I upload this video, tournaments will be held in the Global Wrestling Center, also known as the GWC. It's pretty awesome. Take a look around. Everyone's excited. It is expensive. People want to see a new birth of professional wrestling, and this is where it starts. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Captain A. Nort. And my
And I'm
part,
the boner.
and he's the boner. Not only are we both first signees of this new era on the same brand of ABW, which you'll see in a second, but we are in the first tournament, baby. That's the Global Wrestling Center. Take a goddamn good look at it. This is the home of American Blast Wrestling, the top fucking wrestling company potentially in the world. And all the action will begin here on weekly television, also known as Monday Mayhem. And soon, you're going to know exactly who's on this roster, who's on the ABW roster, because I'm telling you this, me and the boner ourselves signed lucrative ironclad contracts that secured us a tag team tournament entry. That's ABW for you. I'll explain more about it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the competition to ABW. It has no owner, no known owner. It is a mystery man, and it is known as Ultimate Wrestling Force, and will hold a show every Wednesday called Wednesday Pain. This show has been called Hardcore, Out of Bounds, and in most people's words, fucked up. And you will know more about it when it happens live on this very channel. That's the UWF. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is A. Nort, Captain of ABW. That's what I like to call myself. I consider myself a good guy. I'm a loyal guy. I got a lot of abilities. I'm a high flyer. I may look like Captain America, but you need to watch your mouth. That's who I am, Captain A. Nort, and you're going to see me on ABW as soon as it airs. The next guy, Adonis. Pretty tough motherfucker. Not liked by many. Very aggressive. A tank. A built machine from England. And he will kill everybody that crosses his
up and
path.
down and throw you to the ground.
Exactly. And he's heading to ABW as well. ABW is Adonis's home. And you'll see more of him as his nickname is Captain Death. Even though I'm the captain, but he's Captain of Death. And you'll see him very soon on the ABW roster.
But who's the alpha? Who's the alpha?
That would be Alpha Paul. Overall 80. A good guy, respectful. Goes in there, gives his best work, tries to succeed. He has been signed to the ABW brand. ABW loves stars that look different, talk different, are different. And Alpha Paul is different because he is the alpha of pro wrestling. In his own words, not mine. I wouldn't give him that much praise. Next up on the list, Altar Ego.
Ego. 2 men in one.
That's exactly it. 2 men in one body. That's who this is. He switches. He has 2 different personalities, and he only gives you what he feels you deserve. Either you'll get the Moon Man side of Alter Ego, or you'll get the Phasmo version of Alter Ego. Don't know what that means, but if you can take a look, he looks pretty fucking ridiculous. Alter Ego is coming to ABW. For the first signee of UWF, that goes to Awesome Marco.
Awesome Marco.
Awesome Marco is one badass vampire. He's a tough ass guy, and he claims that he could rip and suck the blood of any wrestler on the ABW brand. So watch out for this man, because the UWF signed him to a lucrative deal where he's going to kick ass, chew bubblegum, and suck blood. Tough ass guy. Next up on the list, one of the biggest signings ABW will ever have in their entire life. Baskin Robin! For some reason, he is the projected ABW champion. He is the projected first ABW champion. That's why he holds the title right now in this image. Because pre-done tournaments were done, and he was considered to be predicted as the first main holder of the ABW championship.
Predicted? He was born to
Might
be
be.
the fucking champion.
We'll find
Look
out.
at him.
We'll find out in these tournaments.
Fucking unit.
We'll find out in these tournaments
You
that
know what else
occur
is a
throughout
fucking
the
unit?
week. Yeah.
You know what else is a fucking unit?
No, don't spoil it yet. I gotta give insight as to who this man is. From Yamaguchi, Japan. This man was born and raised a badass by Mr. Miyagi. Not the Miyagi you think you know. His father, Mr. Miyagi, who may or may not ever show up on ABW. He climbed up mountains naked, the Himalayas. Carried 4 pigs on his back, meant to break his back. But he managed to survive, thrive, and continue living. And for years, he was on an undefeated rampage. Undefeated. And he's only been beaten a handful of times in his entire life, and he is basically choosing this new path so he can be reborn. You may not know much about him. I have a lot of history with Baskin Robin, and I'm excited to see where he goes on the ABW brand. Next up on the ABW brand,
We got
the Boner.
me.
The Boner, very bad guy, a desperate guy. An overall 85, making him a B solid player. He is ready to tear through the ABW roster, whether you like him or not. This man is coming to ABW, and I have the privilege to tag with him and potentially receive titles with this man. So be on the lookout for that tournament, which will be discussed later in this video. This is my partner in the tag team tournament for ABW. Next up on the list, considered Cuban Hulk Hogan, Buddy Tama. This guy is built like a machine. His nickname is the Tomahawk, and he's ready to rip through and make ABW his own brand, baby. So look out for him when he comes by, because he's gonna slap the taste out of your lips, knock your teeth so far down your throat, you're gonna have to stick a toothbrush up your ass to brush them. Buddy Tama, one of the bigger names signed to ABW. Very excited to see what he can do on the brand. He's got a spot in the world title tournament. Coming to UWF, Bullstorm. This man, look at him. I have nothing to say about him. I don't know anything about him. All I know is he's a machine, a cyclone, and a bull at the same time. And if you get in his path, you will be sucked into the vortex and spat out into a different state. UWF signed a tough guy, and he is a bull and a storm. So he's going to bring and cause a lot of damage in the UWF. Next up on our list, one of the most despicable humans of all time. Considered to be the bastard of pro wrestling and the one who robbed wrestling as a whole, ABW took it by the balls and decided to give him a shot to see what he can do, to see how far he can go, and Burglar Baron is the man to prove it. A lot of history with Burglar Baron. He's ended a lot of careers, ruined a lot of lives, not a good human being, and he's ready to continue that in a new brand of ABW. And I'm scared. I'm terrified.
You fucking should be.
Man, this is not good.
He's gonna steal the show.
Just like he'll steal everything. Yeah, Burglar Baron. I have nothing else to say. Up next, coming to UWF, part of a cult led by Shade Scheist, which you'll see very soon. Buster. He's also participating in a UWF tag team tournament that will air on Wednesday. A tough, tall son of a bitch, literally, that will pummel anyone that gets in his way with his blood tongue, and he has no remorse. Looking into his eyes scares the shit out of me. I'm excited to see him on the UWF brand. I'm excited to see what him and his partner can do, and them as a cult, what they can do. Another signee coming to UWF. Butcher Boy. He has his own slaughterhouse. It's called Butcher Boy Meets Warehouse. And he decided, why not tussle with some bigger meat in the UWF, where the big boys play, where the toughest men eat the toughest nails. Butcher Boy may be famous for making really good meat, but in UWF, he'll make ends meet. And he'll slash you! I know nothing about this man, but he has been signed to the UWF. But coming to ABW!
Castro Finch.
Wait a minute. No, yeah, coming to ABW. Castro Finch. A French-looking gentleman. Pretty bad guy. Pretty desperate guy. Will do anything to climb to the top. That's why I like him. He has the look. He has the style. He has everything it takes to become the next big thing. And ABW had a big signing for this man. And I can't wait to see if he enters any of these tournaments coming in this week. Castro Finch, look out for him. He's tough as nails. Scary guy. Another guy coming to ABW. Corvin Velvet. Very flamboyant. Once was a ballroom dancer. An evil ballroom dancer. And he's a pretty good mid-carder that ABW signed. And there's really nothing else to say about him except for the fact that he's coming to ABW and we'll see how he does. Another man coming to ABW.
Courtesy Chris.
And you know, one thing about him is he doesn't miss. He may be cowardly, but that's what gets him up the ladder. That's what gets him to that success. That's what gets him title wins. And he's ready to showcase that with his partner, Judge J. Stone, which you'll see later in this reveal video. He's ready to tear the motherfucking house down at ABW. And I can't wait to see what evil intentions him and his brethren have to give to the roster. Next on our list, coming to UWF. Not exactly a wrestler, more of a manager, as you can tell in his overall. Not meant to be a wrestler. Dr. Oxley. Dr. Oxley is the inventor. He created a man who is oh so dangerous. A man that I'm scared of to this day. A man that you'll see later on in this video. Dr. Oxley is a scientist that invented one of the most dangerous men you'll see in the UWF roster. But I want to wait until later to reveal it. Dr. Oxley, a manager, might potentially step foot in the ring, would get his old ass whooped, but excited to see what chemistry he can bring with his inventions to the UWF. Coming to ABW, Dudley! Considered a pretty big babyface on the indie scene, Dudley is going to tear the roof off the house. He's a big man. He's got a lot of big plans for every wrestler in the ABW roster. Everybody in the back of that locker room better be very afraid of this man because he's going to slam you in 3 pieces. Coming to ABW, not Dwayne Johnson.
Dwayne Rock.
Dwayne Rock is an imitator of Dwayne Johnson. Unfortunately, we couldn't hire Dwayne Johnson. He has a lot of movie deals right now. So we hired this on ABW. We're going to see a pretty similar iteration of Dwayne Johnson as Dwayne Rock. Now, his reception by the crowd in the Indies, they all hate him really badly. That's fine. We're going to see if he can bring the same electricity that Dwayne Johnson brought back in the WWF. We think this is a goodbye. Some people think it's one of the worst signings we can ever have. We're going to find out. ABW has got a lot of diversity, and Dwayne Rock is a very different character. And I can't wait to see what he does. Coming to the UWF, an MMA fighter, former UFC heavyweight champion. Even though he only weighs like 200 pounds, he was able to fight heavyweights in the UFC. The predicted UWF heavyweight champion, Falcon Ekinov from Russia. He looks very small, very thin, but he's very intimidating, very fast, has a lot of serious moves that can break arms, break legs, and break faces. You don't even have to say too much about this guy. You got to know he's a real deal. He's a real shoot fighter, and he'll slam you and unexpectedly become that top guy. He was the predicted UWF champion in the predictions list when this roster was revealed in the board of directors meeting. The UWF is very excited for this man, and so am I. Also coming to the UWF, Galactic Greg. A man from outer space, kind of like Santa Claus, but higher in the atmosphere. He's ready to bring cheer. Literally, his crowd reaction is cheer. He's ready to bring cheer to every fan in the UWF. He's ready to go to the moon and back, to the stars and back down to the ground to show just how much star power he has. And I can't wait to see what happens to Galactic Greg in the UWF. He's a very different character. Very cool. Next up, a despicable gambler in The Gambler. The Gambler is this. He gives one of his most prized items up for a prized item of yours. Every challenge for The Gambler is a big deal. That's why the UWF signed him. They like when the cards are stacked against them. They like unpredictability, and The Gambler is going to bring that unpredictability to UWF. It's where the tough guys play. It's where the scariest of men play. A dream match for me would be Altar Ego and The Gambler, but unfortunately they've been split to different companies. And hopefully one day down the road, we'll see something between these two weird freaks.
But the thing about gambling,
It's
fair.
That's a good point. Yeah, anything you want to talk about The Gambler? Any kind of traits this man has?
Look at him. Just look at him. He's a man of chaos, an agent of chaos, in fact. He's not here to establish order. He's not here to establish anything. He's here to rip apart. You think being ripped apart from Alter Ego is going to stop him? He's been ripping apart since he came out the womb, alright? He ripped himself out. And he's here to gamble with your life and his.
That's a bit dramatic, but I understand where you're coming from. Next up, coming to ABW, the Great Bass. Huge ass motherfucker. Lot of star power on this man. He looks like a star. His overall makes him a star. Fans don't really like him because he's got an attitude. From India, the Great Bass is coming to smash everybody in half in ABW. Very excited to see what this man can bring to the very diverse roster that is ABW's. That's all I feel like to say about that. Coming to UWF, the partner of Buster, Hatcher. Hatcher is a pussy, literally. And he will eat your ass in half. Look at him. He's terrifying. Him and Buster, dog and cat, cats and dogs, they get along in the UWF. and they're going to take over the entire goddamn thing. I'm terrified to see what they do in the tournament. How do you feel about them being in the tag team tournament for UWF's tag team championships?
I feel great about it. They work. They're meant to be together.
I'm
because
scared.
they're a group of fucking guys.
Yeah,
We're here to get something done. All right, like they're dressed for the job.
I like it.
They're meant for the job.
Exactly. They are the job. Actually, no, there's someone else named that. We'll
No,
find
no.
him later.
We'll talk about the job later.
Yeah, we'll talk about the job later. The son of the CEO of ABW, Hope Sonic. Well, this is up to Mr. Sonic. Mr. Sonic can push this guy to the moon if he wants. It's his own son. You'll see Mr. Sonic very soon. He's a very tough-looking guy. Hope Sonic, pretty cool-looking little kid as well. I hope he goes far in ABW. He probably will. His father runs the whole goddamn thing. There is no way this guy's not going to be pushed to the moon. He probably will be in the biggest title thing. It's weird that he's not one of the predicted champions. It's how it goes. Hope Sonic. Pretty bad guy. A lot of people don't like this kid. He's got a lot of anger management issues. He has a lot of ego problems because he's literally the son of the CEO. What else can I say about this man except he's probably gonna do pretty terrible things in this company. I don't want to say anything. Mr. Sonic will beat my ass. I'm in the same company as this guy, so I don't want to talk too much crap. Coming to the UWF. One of the scariest guys in the UWF. I've watched this guy wrestle. He is terrifying. He'll drop you on your neck and he'll kill you. He's literally an inmate. His name is Inmate, and he's literally an inmate, and I'm scared of him. The fans, they may not like him either because they don't like the way this guy ends careers. Literally has ended lives in prison, has been brought out, paid for by the UWF on bail because they want to see what this guy can do in a ring. They want to see what this guy can do. And honestly, it's an unsafe working environment, but if you sign up to UWF, you're basically signing up to be in an unsafe working environment. So Inmate fits very well for that, and his warden will be present as well. You'll see him very soon coming to the ABW roster. One of the biggest stars in wrestling history, Jay fucking Vice. He's ready.
Fucking ready.
One of the most electric, charismatic, overall most popular guys that I have seen throughout my 2K watching career. Jay Vice is a super kicking, spearing machine. And he will tear through that ABW roster. We've seen Baskin Robin and Jay Vice fight at WrestleMania before. About Mr. Boner. We have seen it happen many times. One time.
Yeah.
It was one of the best matches I ever watched in that 2K universe. But it's finally time to bring it to a wider audience on this channel. It's time to bring Jay Vice to the even bigger leagues. Welcome to the ABW Jay Vice. Coming to the UWF, the predicted UWF Badass Champion, Jimmy Adam. Jimmy Adam is a cool looking dude. Literally his logo is an atom, and that is cool enough. This guy literally is just a badass. He is the predicted badass champion, which means even the board of directors believe he's a badass. I can't wait to see what this guy does in a ring of UWF. He has a different style than most guys that have joined the UWF roster. And I'm ready to see him take the pain. If he's the badass champion, we're going to see a bunch of badass things from this man. So good luck to him in the UWF. But coming to ABW, the job. The job.
The job.
He will do the job. His shirt even says it itself. It says, get it done in a shirt, his underpants. It probably says it on the back of his underpants. This man literally gets it done. And that's why ABW likes him. ABW likes the guys who have the cool slogans, the guys who have the cool look. The job has both of those, and the job will do what he needs to do to get the job done. And by that, it means go up the roster, get the title, and get the fuck in this golden chair, the king's throne. Can't wait to see the job kick some ass in ABW. Coming to ABW, this is Courtesy Chris's judge, security guard, bodyguard, whatever you want to call him, Judge Jay Stone. Huge dude. He's really badass looking. Obviously, if people don't like Courtesy Chris, they're not going to like his bodyguard, Judge Jay Stone. He's going to bring an absolute pain, reckoning, etc. to the ABW roster. I don't even know how to explain it. This guy looks like a tough son of a bitch. He's going to kill everybody. Maybe even Courtesy Chris. Who knows? Who knows how he feels about Courtesy Chris? Courtesy Chris and the Judge. It's going to be pretty sick. They're in the ABW Tag Team Tournament together. Going to be great.
But there's one thing you should never forget about him. He'll be the judge of that.
Yeah, we know. Look at his name. JJS. Judge J. Stone.
He's the judge, and he'll be the judge.
It's nuts. He got literally an engraving of a dragon on his left pec. It's nuts. It's nuts. Coming to ABW as well, known as the Royal, Keith Kaplan. This guy, cool color scheme, cool look. Literally a Royal, probably from New England. Not New England, I'm sorry. From England, London, I don't know. We're going to see what he can bring to ABW. He looks like a huge star in the making. He's got a bit of an ego. The crowd doesn't really like him too much, but he's got a lot of star power. And he's bringing that Royal ass whooping to ABW. Can't wait to see him. The UWF decided to sign a murderer named Lex Hannibal. Pretty treacherous guy. They also took him out of prison as well. Lex Hannibal is a man to fear. Lex Hannibal has literally killed people outside of the ring. Obviously, he has signed a contract, which means he can't kill anybody in the UWF ring, but we're going to see him definitely psychologically tear through people, which could potentially get him to the top of this roster. Very excited to see what he can do in the UWF. Literally a murderer. Treacherous murderer. Terrible guy. Can't wait, though. Coming to ABW, Luther Vachon. Luther Vachon, look at him. He's flamboyant. He's got a kick-ass theme song. Fans like him. He's a loyal guy. He's got swag. He's going to go to the top of that ABW roster, and we're going to see him do the job. Can't wait to see what this guy brings to the ABW roster. I can say that a million times. Luther Vachon, pretty good mid-card looking guy. We're going to see him probably literally whoop that ass. Coming to UWF, Matt Kinder. Yeah, this guy, literally the most Irish man you'll ever see on any roster you'll ever watch, no matter what show you watch. This guy is the most Irish guy, the most badass looking Irishman. Look at him. UWF, of course they signed this guy. What does he look like to you? He looks like the whitest rock on the beach. That's what he looks like. The boulder. He looks like a boulder. A huge boulder that the sun shines so bright on. And he's probably going to Irish whip as many people as he can. He might even get drunk before. Irish people do it the right way when it comes to being badass. And this is literally the face of Ireland coming to the UWF. A lot of big things coming for this man. Also coming to the UWF, Malithith Vithieth. Also in the making of creating the Bang Club, Malithith Vithieth is malicious and vicious. And the crowd seems to enjoy that. He's got a bold personality. And overall of 91, it seems as if this man will bring the slam to the UWF. I can't wait to see what Mr. MV does himself. Coming to ABW, none other than the party animal himself, Marty. Look at him. He looks like a classic 80s wrestler. Of course, he's got that cheer crowd reaction. People love old throwbacks, and he is the definition of it. He likes to party, he's got good moves, and he's going to do pretty damn well in the UWF. So I can't wait to see what this guy brings. Next up, part of the tag team division solely, Mike Tutt. Mike Tutt is the brother of Psych Tutt. You'll see him very soon as well. Mike Tutt is the more serious version of the Tutt brothers. When you see Psych Tutt, you'll know exactly what I mean. These guys will rip it apart in the ABW Tag Title Tournament and potentially be our first ever ABW Tag Team Champions. But that kind of depends on how well we do as well, because me and you are also a tag team.
That is true.
And now, the owner of ABW, Mr. Sonic. Mr. Sonic, there's nothing else really to say about this man except he is literally one of the toughest gentlemen in the world. Look at him. He has a son that has ambitions, egos, blue and black hair. Mr. Sonic is one of the most successful businessmen in the world, and that's why I'm more excited for ABW's roster, because this guy knows exactly who he's picking. He's leaving all the hillbillies to go to UWF, right? Well, we're gonna see exactly what company does better in it. Mr. Sonic is building this galactic brand, very cool looking brand, and who knows, maybe we'll see him step in the ring once in a while, but in general, he'll just be controlling the show. Mr. Sonic, the crowd doesn't really like him very much because nobody likes anybody in the higher ups. Mr. Sonic is one of those people. Hell, he could be president tomorrow. He has that much money. Coming up next, the greatest luchador in the world, Mundo Inteligente. Overall, one of the most respected luchadors on planet Earth, Mundo Inteligente, which means world intelligence in Spanish, is gonna show the world exactly why he's considered the best lucha in the world. He looks, his pants, his mask, his freaking forearm bands, it's all color of the world, and he's gonna show that he's the king of it in ABW. Very excited to see this guy tear it up in ABW. Very excited. I have no idea what roster this man is signed to. I have no idea. No clue at all. I'm scared, actually.
Don't worry, because he knows.
That's the weird thing. But what I do know for sure is coming to the UWF. One of the toughest sumo wrestlers of all time, MXL. What else can I say about him? Look at him! Holy shit! He's coming to the UWF and he's gonna... Look at him. He's a sumo wrestler with abs. I'm terrified. Welcome to the UWF. Holy shit. Coming to the ABW brand. Considered one of the highest profile wrestlers in history. His home is Tokyo, Japan, which is also the home of the Global Wrestling Center. Nama. I like this guy. This guy has the look. This guy has the thighs. He has everything. He looks great. His jacket looks sick. He looks like the Job if the Job had hair, and I like that because we can see Job and Nama. Winner gets the glasses. Nama! I like him. I can't wait to see him. I can't wait to see what he does. I can't wait to see how he thrives. I can't wait to see this man kick everybody in the face. Also coming to ABW, Opie Smith.
Opie Smith.
I love Opie Smith. He has a great theme song. He has a great slogan that this is Opie shit, which means the world is his, and the world is his oyster, and I hope he does a damn good job in ABW. He has a chance to grab the ABW Tag Team Championships with Jay Vice in this tournament. I can't wait to see how these two fare. Very cool dream tag team. It's good to see them collide. Coming up on the ABW roster as well, Original Ron. I love Original Ron. He has no intentions of showing you who he is. He's a pretty big mystery, but he does the job, doesn't he? Original Ron. He's just a guy with an afro, and he doesn't talk that much. And,
it's not like he needs to.
Yeah, I don't think so. But he's the original. That's it. I don't know what to say. Welcome to ABW. Coming to the UWF. The toughest small guy in the world, Pipsqueak.
Pipsqueak.
This guy, I mean, hell, this guy's protected at all costs. The UWF can be his oyster. He can capture any world title he wants as long as he has his partner in crime, the Punishment, in his corner. The Punishment is the longtime friend, the protector. Yes, basically the bodyguard of Pipsqueak. And the thing about Pipsqueak is he signed a lucrative contract where if you lost to Pipsqueak, you would have to face the Punishment.
The Punishment.
Which seems like a pretty good deal to me, because the Punishment, I mean, hell, we wouldn't want him to be too out there in the UWF world, because if he was out there too much, we may be seeing some death. Because this man is one of the scariest men I've ever seen in my entire life. Coming to the UWF as well, Quick Draw. He looks like a Mortal Kombat character. He's probably going to kick so much ass. I can't wait to see him. do his thing. I really don't have any information on this guy except for the fact that he looks sick, and he probably is going to kick everybody in the face. And yeah, coming to the UWF as well, Rebel Kid. This is the partner of Bullstorm. They'll be in the UWF Tag Team Title Tournament. This guy, I mean, he's basically Bullstorm, but B-level version. He's only really complete with Bullstorm. So let's hope those two stay in the tag division, because I don't really know where this guy would go in the UWF if they ever broke up. So much luck to Rebel Kid. Much luck to this guy. I'm sure he'll probably get better over time, but right now he's kind of in the shadow of Bullstorm already. Coming to the ABW brand, literally a robot named fucking Retrozerk.
Retrozerk.
I also have no information on who this is, what they do, their intentions. I don't even know if he wants a title shot. I don't even know what this guy needs. But all you need to know is the ABW roster must fear him and must prepare for him. Otherwise, something bad is going to fucking happen on that roster. Now, coming to the UWF roster, Reverend Espicio. Pretty good guy. He's got a lot of cool shit coming your way. I also have no information on what his intentions are in the UWF. They just signed the toughest guys around the world, and Reverend Espicio apparently was one of them. And the fans like him. He showed that he could be a top guy. And we'll see how far he goes. Reverend Espicio looks pretty cool. Coming to the ABW brand, one of the highest flying men you'll ever see fly in the sky. Rich Grimace. Surfer dude. Flies high. He's got some gross ass arm pads, freaking elbow pads on. Some cool paint going down his goddamn shoulders. I'm pretty excited to see how high this guy can fly. But in reality, I have nothing else to say. He just surfs and flies, and that is just it. We'll see how this man grows in the ABW brand. Good pick. He looks good. Coming to the UWF, a literal Cyclops.
Sabin Terror.
Sabin Terror literally is green, and why would you ever fuck with the guy that's the color green? He's green. You fuck with Shrek? Don't fuck with Sabin Terror. Sabin Terror is a fucking Cyclops. He will literally just eat you. I'm excited to see what kind of danger this man can bring to the UWF brand. The UWF is his oyster as well, and everyone should be afraid of him. Do not let him get to you, or else you'll die, okay? That's the truth. Shade Scheist, the leader of the Scheist cult. His dog and his cat are going to go for the tag championships. This man is going for the big gold in the big gold tournament. They're looking to take over that entire brand and take control of it. Find out who's in control of it. I'm excited to see what Shade Scheist has to offer. He's just the baddest ass looking dude. A pig mask made out of an actual pig's head. I don't know what to say except holy shit. He looks scary. Coming to ABW, Mike Tut's brother, Psych Tut. Psych Tut is fucking nuts. We don't know what happened to him as a kid. He's nuts now. Fans like him a little more than Mike Tut. Makes Mike Tut a little jealous, but Mike Tut, being the more obedient one, gives him probably a better chance of thriving in wrestling as a whole. Psych Tut. I'm still very excited to see what this duo can bring of brothers. This difference of brotherhood. Both Egyptian, both look great. Can't wait to see how they kick ass. Top Hat Tentagon, you're fired. Coming to the UWF.
You just fired him just like that.
Yeah, he's fired. I don't like him. I don't like him.
Fucking hell.
There was
Didn't
no
even give
plan.
him a chance.
Give this guy a chance? Why the fuck would I give this guy a chance?
You didn't even look at him for more than a second.
He's fired. Coming.
Warjack. Warjack. What can you tell us about Warjack?
Only one thing. He wants to go to war, Jack. That's it. He's coming to UWF to literally beat the shit out of people. That's it. He is just a badass man. I would have predicted him to be the badass champion, but unfortunately they gave it to that other guy. I don't know why they gave it to Jimmy Adams. This is literally the definition of badass. Look at him. Holy shit. Coming to the UWF brand as well, the man that let the inmate out, Warden. Not much of a wrestler, but he's got that fighting skill because, of course, he has to. He's got to deal with some tough-ass people. But in the wrestling world, I mean, they don't like him. They let a literal murderer out of prison. What else can you say about that? Warden, wish you an inmate good luck. I hope you never step foot in the ring. You look like you weigh a dime. The predicted ABW United States champion, Warp Thrower. I like Warp Thrower. Warp Thrower is just a warp throwing son of a bitch. Will literally freeze time and pin you 1, 2, 3. This guy comes in a truck with a predicted United States Championship. We'll see how he fares in the tournament. Pretty excited. He looks great. Whole Yuri, a monk. A literal monk is coming to the ABW brand. Excited to see what this monk can do, because monks, I'm gonna tell you this, they're very tough people. They got patience. This guy has patience, and if you don't have patience, you're not gonna last in that ring with Whole Yuri. Whole Yuri's gonna kick your face off before you can even breathe twice. Whole Yuri, welcome to ABW. I like you a lot. Coming to the UWF brand, Axe Jack Brown. He looks intimidating as hell and like a palm tree at the same time. He's a pretty despicable person. I didn't like him I didn't like him at first. When he signed with UWF, my God, it's perfect. He is a tough guy. His slogan is literally "fuck yeah," which is ridiculous. Axe Jack Brown, I wish you good luck. And for all these guys except this fucking asshole, I wish everybody good luck, especially me, on either brand they chose, because this ratings war, this brand war, it's never going to be over. I cannot wait to see what these guys can bring. This is the first tournament for the ABW Tag Team Championships. The first match on this tournament will be the Tut Brothers versus Alpha Paul and Marty. Pretty exciting. How do you feel about this match?
That's pretty fucking great. I'm just excited to see the Tut Brothers get into action so soon. In fact, not even so soon, but the first motherfuckers to start off the 2K19 experience.
Yeah, that's right. The Tut Brothers, the Tag Team Championships. Excited to see who gets to be that final champion. The second match.
Courtesy Chris, Judge J Stone versus Opie Smith and Jay Vice.
This is a huge match to start it off. Jeez, the 4 stars in the making. 4 stars in the making. Who do you think is going to come out of this one? This match is full of big names.
This is unpredictable. This is unprecedented, in fact. Jay Vice, an absolute legend, absolute veteran in the 2K19, 2K18 experience. Courtesy Chris, Judge J Stone, so new and so fresh, but they could bring a lot of trouble. I'm very excited to see how this turns out.
Who do you think is going to end up progressing? Which tag team?
I couldn't tell you, because if Jay Vice wins, it's really up to the judge to be the judge of that.
Holy shit. Alright. I like that. I'm not even going to say anything either. I don't want to jinx anybody. The Sonic family is tag teaming for one time and one time only, to see how far they can go to get their own titles against 2 high-flying brothers. Not really brothers, they're from 2 different places. Mundo Intelligente versus Rich Grimace. Now, high flyers versus the family of ABW, the Sonics, the guys that literally invented ABW. I wonder what's going to happen. I wonder if Mundo and Rich actually progress. Will they be fired for embarrassing the CEO of the company? What's going to happen?
Well, I'm not really sure. For legal reasons, I can't tell you who's going to win, even though I 100% already know, because it definitely hasn't been predetermined by some higher figure. But I have a feeling it'll be a quick match.
Maybe. But the greatest luchador in the world's in it. Oh, whatever. I'm not even argue. Adonis and Keith Kaplan also known as the Royal Bastards, are tag teaming one time. Both from London, both from the UK area. We're facing them. A. Nort and the Boner are going against Adonis and the Royal. How do you feel about our odds right now?
Well, I feel Adonis is an absolute machine. It's going to take many blows to bring him down, especially from both of us. Blow from the Boner, blow from A. Nort. But the Royal, on the other hand, I'm not fucking worried. He's going to fucking die. That's how I feel about that.
All right, and this is the tournament that's happening tomorrow. 4 incredible matches to start it off. 2 quarterfinal matches, 1 semifinal match, and the finals. Actually, no, semifinals and finals. The finals will be determined at the first ever ABW event. Be here for the beginning of the end, baby. Which tag team do you think is going to go for those tag team championships? I have no idea.
For legal reasons, I won't mention a certain team. But if I had to go with another team, I'd say it'd be between Opie Smith and Jay Vice, and Courtesy Chris and Judge Jay Stone.
That's a good. That second match is high stakes then, huh?
Sure is.
Huge match. Thank you for joining us in the upcoming 2K19 experience. We hope you enjoyed the introduction of who you're going to see, when you're going to see them, what show you're going to see them on. But tomorrow you're going to be seeing this. I'm excited. You're excited. You're damn right. Take a look at these tag teams you're going to be seeing on this damn roster. Take it in and be ready for a goddamn reckoning. Good night, everybody, and see you on October 20th.